Hey, welcome to a special edition of EdTalks. I'm with my friend Rohit from Damo Consulting. Rohit, welcome to EdTalks.
Thank you, Ed. It's always a pleasure to be back on these fantastic, video video visits. Let's call
Yeah,
it that.
I know the last time we talked, it was fantastic news, and you had purchased Damo, went through that process, and so it's great that all the things that our former colleague Patty had developed through the years, you've kept and in fact are continuing many of the things that Patty had started for the industry and are maybe even taking it next level. And so we really want to talk about one thing specifically that you're doing, and that's the annual DigiM awards. So that's the Digital Maturity Awards. So that's what I want to talk to you about. So tell us a little bit about DigiM and why it's important.
Yeah, thank you, Ed, for that asking that question. So as you mentioned, the integration has gone, the acquisition integration has gone pretty smoothly. I've had the opportunity to meet with all the team members and many of the clients. And I think the journey is going to be very, very smooth moving forward from here. And these DigiM awards actually came from a deep thought process that Paddy had with some of his core advisors, like John Glazer, for example, on a digital maturity framework for providers. And it is an assessment, which usually is done in a team environment. So team members do get involved in all the questions around the assessments. Uh, some of the previous participants that I've been talking with have found a lot of value in this assessment. In fact, some of them have told me that it has informed their digital transformation roadmap, a couple of years ago, and they're happy to participate again to kind of benchmark where they were, in the previous year when they did the assessment. So very happy to continue this digital maturity assessment and awards, and we have launched it, and it is open for participation for provider systems right now, and the current deadline is December 22nd, Ed.
Yeah, so we have basically 3 weeks
Yes.
to get going on that, and I'll post the link in the show notes. And I know it's a big deal every year. A lot of people were applying for these awards, very prestigious awards. And so if you're interested, those of you watching are interested, we'll definitely post the link. And Rohit, could you give an example maybe from last year of any of the award winners?
Yeah, so we were very fortunate that a lot of very well respected and large health systems like Northwell, Geisinger, Centara, Virtua, Intermountain,
Yeah.
they all participated, and some of them were awarded in the various categories, that are there in the awards itself. And there are these digital assessment of the patient engagement and the care planning is pretty intense. So there were so many areas in the various aspects of both of these in terms of either patient engagement or care planning that the organizations were able to pick up on and improve to the next level. In fact, one of the discussions that I had recently with one of the large health systems who had participated last year, they discovered that they would like to revisit their medication adherence platform strategy. So, in fact, at this point in time, we are doing some research on that for them. So we say pretty close. It's not just a one-time assessment. It's like an ongoing dialogue, and there's an opportunity to revisit it on an annual basis as well and compare where you were in the previous journey.
Yeah. Yeah, I've worked with many of these same organizations, and they always talk very highly about the whole process, but you don't have to do an engagement or anything like that. If you want to apply for the awards, it's open to everyone. And so anyone can apply. But yeah, the nice thing is if you discover something in that process and you need some help with your digital transformation, then clearly you could work directly with you, Rohit, and your team on some of that transformation. So
Yeah,
again,
and I would like to actually,
yeah,
can I add something to your previous question to what you just mentioned? So obviously it is open for application and it is complimentary. So there's no charge, first of
Right.
all, to this assessment. And second of all, I want to add at least one thing that you also do when we do the assessment. There is a report, the assessment report, which is prepared and it is shared back with the participants. So there is a lot of value in getting that report back, because not only it talks about the various aspects of the assessment of the individual applicant, but it also provides a landscape of comparison with the other participants or peers who have participated in the survey.
Yeah, there's a tremendous amount of benefit, and so much so that Rohit, you and I have talked, but we haven't really shared it with anyone else. We've been doing this line of Voices of Innovation books for a couple of years now, with more coming. We have a payer edition coming out next year, AI edition, life sciences. We already have multiple provider editions. Who am I missing? Cybersecurity edition. But anyways, really big on innovation and seeing all the innovation that's taking place. And so we're joining forces with the Voice of Innovation and the DigiM Awards, because I believe in it so much, because I think these sort of things, opportunities, help spur innovation. And so when you recognize the organizations that are doing such great work, it really inspires others. And I know, I still remember as a young CIO, and back then it was less online and more paper-based products. But I remember one of the magazines I subscribed to, I think it was Healthcare Informatics, and they sort of had this top innovators of the year, and I can still visualize the cover. And it was a cover, and I remember it was actually Baylor Scott and White, and it was the CIO back then, and I was this young kid. And I ripped off that cover and I placed it on the wall in my office, because that's something I aspired to. I wanted to help lead our organization with innovation. And so these sort of things do provide motivation, and they give you sort of a mark to shoot for. And Rohit, the other comment I would like to share is, people might ask, well, why else would I want to do this? Because I already participate in like Most Wired Survey, and we believe in the Most Wired Survey. Oh my gosh, you should continue to do that. Gives you another benchmark, and some of the EHR vendors have their own sort of benchmarks, and all of that is good. And so what the DigiM Awards really do is complement those other surveys. So you should continue with those other surveys, but if you want to go deep in digital transformation, specifically in innovation, the DigiM survey tool will take you there. And then, like you said, Rohit, it'll give you some really tight comparative analysis with other organizations like yours that have done the same assessment. So the results aren't, sort of generic, sort of universal, super high level, which are good and important, but you go next level down. And so that's why I would encourage everyone to apply, even if you have no chance of winning. And Rohit, that's another thing that I learned from my mentors, is even though I know I'm not going to win this year, it provides a great baseline for me to then sort of measure myself. And it's the same way in sports. I know I'm not going to win, but I'm still going to enter that race, because it's going to give me that baseline of my 5K, for instance. And, the next time I do the turkey trot, maybe it's a little faster and a little faster. I know I'm not going to win it, but maybe someday I will, because I keep doing it. So anyways, those are all the reasons that I could think of, why I'm super excited about joining you, and really encouraging individuals to take advantage of this free tool and just see how they compare. And again, it should help them in their journey for innovation and for transformation. Rohit, I hit a lot of things and you hit a lot of things. Is there anything else before we end that you would like to share related to the DigiM Awards?
The last point I would like to add to what you said, Ed, just now, is that it is also an opportunity to involve the entire digital team in this exercise. It's an exercise, so it's not just an individual exercise, it's a team exercise, and gets the team collaboratively working together and generating ideas on how you can improve your digital transformation. So that's what I would like to say.
That's a very good point, because in my past, doing these surveys, we sort of assigned one person, and that person would fill out surveys, and they use sort of their internal knowledge. And every once in a while, they would reach out to maybe someone on a super specific item, but it was largely done sort of centrally. Yes, I agree with you, Rohit, because I've talked to others who have done the survey, and I know the survey myself. And you can't really do that. You do want to collaborate with the others in the organization in order to really do a great assessment, which then brings all sorts of other benefits as you're talking about. So yeah, that's another reason, and another reason why this makes the DigiM so unique. So highly encourage everyone to go to the link that's in the comments section and try it and see how your organization does. And who knows, you could be announced the winner. Rohit, we said the deadline was, I think, the 21st of December. When do you announce the winners?
So the winners we are looking at to announce in the time frame of Q1 next year before March.
Okay. Yeah.
So hopefully sometime in the February March time frame.
Yeah. We'll definitely feature all the winners.
Yes.
On this channel and on the Digital Voices podcast, and also Damo you have your own sort of capabilities in that area as well. So
Of course.
this has been great. I'm super excited about it. It's perfect time of year as we sort of wrap up here in our last month. So Rohit, thank you so much for being part of EDTalks.
Absolutely, Ed, and thank you so much for partnering with us on these DigiM awards. I think it'll be a fantastic journey together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you for watching EDTalks.